Welcome to the latest climate podcast. Here are today's top climate news stories. Canada is embracing clean energy solutions as discussions around climate change and technology continue to evolve. Mark Carney's leadership is seen as a positive step towards supporting projects like electric interties and renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power. These initiatives not only align with international law, but also promise to save money and create a more sustainable future. Additionally, electric vehicles are gaining traction, proving to be cost-effective and environmentally friendly. As Canada moves forward, there is optimism for a greener economy that prioritizes both innovation and climate action.
In the UK, Barclays has recently decided to leave the Net Zero Banking Alliance, following HSBC's earlier departure. This move has disappointed climate campaigners as it undermines global efforts to coordinate climate action. Despite this decision, Barclays remains committed to achieving net zero emissions by 2050 and aims to mobilize $1 trillion for sustainable financing. The bank emphasizes its ongoing work with clients on climate technology and energy security, generating significant revenue from these activities. However, critics warn that this departure sends mixed signals during a critical time for addressing climate change.
Australia is making strides toward becoming a renewable energy superpower, with advocates urging a change in uranium mining regulations. Chris Kiefer, a Canadian physician and nuclear advocate, highlighted that Australia already exports enough uranium to offset the emissions from its coal fleet. He believes lifting the ban on uranium mining in Western Australia could significantly benefit both the environment and the economy. While some projects like green hydrogen face challenges, there is optimism in the uranium sector, supported by rising global demand. The push for realistic energy solutions emphasizes the need for effective policies to combat climate change.
Afghanistan is facing a severe hunger and housing crisis, with the World Food Programme urgently requesting $539 million to support vulnerable families, especially women and children. The situation is dire, as 2/3 of women leading households struggle with food scarcity, and 3.5 million children are malnourished. Additionally, over 40% of Afghanistan's urban population lives in Kabul, where many reside in unsafe, informal areas, lacking basic services. The UN Habitat emphasizes the need for immediate action to improve living conditions and enhance climate resilience, ensuring that the most vulnerable can break free from cycles of deprivation and risk.
The World Meteorological Organization, celebrating its 75th anniversary, has opened public voting for its exciting 2026 calendar photo competition. Featuring 75 stunning finalists selected from hundreds of global entries, the competition highlights the significant effects of weather, climate, and water on our lives. The breathtaking images include powerful storms, serene mountains, and colorful sunsets, showcasing nature's beauty and the need for environmental protection. Everyone can participate by voting for their favorite photos on social media platforms. The final 13 winning images will be featured in the official calendar and celebrated on World Meteorological Day 2026, promoting awareness of climate challenges.
Peru faces significant challenges from climate change, particularly from El Niño events and rising temperatures, which threaten its economy. A recent analysis highlights that without action, Peru could experience over 50% GDP losses by 2100. However, the study offers hope. Investing in climate resilience could boost potential GDP by up to 12.3% by 2050. Adaptation measures, such as improving infrastructure and agricultural systems, can reduce disaster damage and enhance recovery. Notably, these investments are projected to save the government money in the long run, making climate adaptation a smart and necessary economic strategy for Peru's future.
Vietnam's Vinfast is set to build a $500 million electric vehicle factory in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu, India, aiming to produce 50,000 vehicles annually and create over 3,000 local jobs. This investment is part of Vinfast's $2 billion expansion in Asia, focusing on the growing Indian market, which is becoming a hub for electric vehicles. The factory will support exports to South Asian countries and beyond. With rising EV adoption and supportive government policies, Vinfast hopes to establish a strong presence in India, where the electric vehicle market is rapidly evolving.
China is leading the way in integrating artificial intelligence with green finance to create climate-resilient economies. A recent study published in the Journal of Risk and Financial Management reveals that this collaboration enhances efficiency, transparency, and environmental impact. With a remarkable growth rate of over 53% in related publications, researchers from China, Vietnam, and the United Kingdom are making significant contributions. Key themes include using AI for monitoring emissions, improving financial systems, and promoting sustainable urban planning. The study emphasizes the need for broader geographic representation and ethical considerations in AI applications, paving the way for innovative solutions in climate finance.
In the United States, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has repealed an Obama-era climate regulation known as the endangerment finding, which aimed to control greenhouse gas emissions from vehicles, airplanes, and coal plants. Zeldin believes this rule created uncertainty for American businesses and consumers. He argues that the predictions used to justify the regulation were overly pessimistic and that the EPA exceeded its legal authority. By ending this regulation, Zeldin aims to promote energy independence and protect jobs, asserting that Congress should handle pollution regulations instead. This decision marks a significant shift in environmental policy.
Canada is making exciting strides in carbon capture technology, aiming to turn carbon dioxide into valuable products. Companies like Carbon Upcycling in Calgary are innovating by combining industrial waste with carbon dioxide to create eco-friendly building materials. A groundbreaking project at the Ash Grove cement plant in Mississauga is set to begin production next spring. Meanwhile, Montreal's Carbicrete is developing greener concrete alternatives that eliminate emissions. While carbon utilization is still emerging, it holds promise for reducing greenhouse gases and generating revenue. Experts emphasize the need for more support and resources to accelerate these innovative technologies in the fight against climate change.
In Pakistan's Gilgit-Baltistan region, climbers face dangerous conditions this year due to climate change, which has led to less snow and increased risks like avalanches and rockfalls. Experienced mountaineers, including Bakir Ali and Laszlo Chomor, reported unprecedented hazards, causing many climbers to abandon their attempts on peaks like K2 and Broad Peak. The tourism industry is also suffering, with fewer climbers arriving, threatening the livelihoods of local guides and porters. This season, notable summits were achieved, but overall, the changing climate has made climbing in the Karakoram Range more challenging than ever.
In Australia, Richard Chapman, an electric vehicle enthusiast from Fremantle, believes that electric vehicles can revolutionize energy use. He charges his 3 EVs with solar power and envisions using their batteries to power his home, especially during peak hours. While many EVs have large batteries capable of supporting households, companies like Tesla currently do not allow this feature. Experts, including Ross Durango, highlight the potential of bidirectional charging to reduce reliance on fossil fuels by allowing electric vehicles to supply energy back to the grid. Government support is crucial for this technology to thrive, benefiting both consumers and the environment.
India is making strides towards a cleaner energy future by focusing on nuclear power as a key component of its energy transition. the government aims to increase nuclear capacity to 100 gigawatts by 2047, significantly up from the current 8.2 gigawatts. While nuclear energy has many advantages, such as low emissions and stability during adverse weather, challenges like high costs, regulatory delays, and local opposition remain. Meanwhile, India's renewable energy sector is thriving, with solar and wind energy leading the way. A balanced approach combining nuclear, renewables, and innovative technology is essential for achieving a stable and decarbonized power grid.
In the Philippines, Energy Development Corporation plans to expand its Bacman geothermal facility in the Bicol region by adding 90 megawatts of capacity. EDC President Jerome Kinglet announced this exciting development alongside the construction of a 20 megawatt-hour battery energy storage system. Energy Secretary Sharon Garin mentioned that the government is exploring ways to reduce risks for investors in energy exploration, particularly in geothermal projects, which can be costly. Although these initiatives may take time to implement, they aim to enhance the country's energy security and attract more investment in renewable energy.
The Philippines is facing significant challenges due to climate change, highlighted by 4 recent typhoons that caused severe flooding. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. emphasized the urgent need for improved disaster preparedness and accountability in his State of the Nation address. He pledged to tackle corruption in flood control projects and enhance infrastructure for climate resilience. Public surveys show that citizens demand action, not just promises. The International Court of Justice has recognized climate change as a serious threat, urging immediate action. Collaboration among government, businesses, and communities is essential to create sustainable solutions and ensure a safer future for all Filipinos.
In India, a new study reveals that rising temperatures along the Chambal River are affecting the sex ratio of gharial hatchlings, leading to more females being born. Researchers from the Wildlife Institute of India monitored nests and found that extreme heat is skewing the population, potentially pushing this critically endangered species closer to extinction. Despite high hatching success rates, the long-term implications of a female-biased ratio could threaten reproductive viability. To combat this issue, conservationists suggest monitoring nest temperatures and implementing adaptive strategies to protect vulnerable nests. The Chambal River remains a vital habitat for gharials, with ongoing conservation efforts.
The World Cosplay Summit, held in Japan, will shift its date to November in 2027 due to climate change impacts. This change marks the first time the event will not take place in August, which typically experiences soaring summer temperatures. The announcement was made by renowned Japanese voice actor Toshio Furukawa, highlighting the need for adaptation to climate conditions. The 2026 event will still occur in August. This year, the United States team won the championship with a Fire Emblem cosplay, while France and Brazil took second and third places, respectively.
For more climate news, make sure to download the Change Your Climate app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Please note, these stories were AI-generated from real news sources, which isn't always perfect. If you have any concerns or questions about the news contained in this podcast, please reach out to us. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.